All righty. Next up, we have got Cathryn Fisfis, and Cat is tuning in from Delaware. Cat has a history in network marketing, but really recently joined Modere, and she has immediately started having successes, helping her customer base, and bringing on new team members. Cat, I know that you had shared with me that you're married, you've got 2 kids, you guys are an ADHD family as well as a fire family, and I wanted to just introduce you and have you tell us a little bit about you and why you chose Modere. Take it away, Cat.
Hey, thanks, Joan. Hi, guys. Yes, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. I will definitely elaborate, though, for sure. Yeah, the ADHD family and fire family alone keeps us on our toes 24/7. My husband is a volunteer fireman, so if any of you out there are either married to a volunteer fireman or are one, my hat is off to you. It is incredibly difficult as a spouse. You never know when they're running off. So it makes things like, a full-time job very difficult, along with the fact that, yes, we've got 2 kiddos, 8 and 11, and while they are amazing and fantastic, and I thank God for them every day, they definitely keep me on my toes, like I said, and keep life very busy and entertaining. So, with things like ADHD comes along with, behavioral therapy and doctor's appointments and taking things a little differently than the average kiddo. And I feel like right now there is no average kiddo in the world. I mean, we're in 2023 here, and between the last 2 to 3 years of school in the state of the world, with just, like I said, a regular kiddo has thrown everything into a tailspin. So you take anybody with any sort of different ability, and it just makes life that much harder. So when I found, obviously Modere, it was so refreshing to find a company that excited me again. Like Joan said, I've been in this business, this network marketing business, for a little over 8 years this summer. Modere is my third business, my third company rather, and I've loved network marketing. I got into it specifically as a way to make some income from home when my daughter turned 1, because when my son was born, I went back to work immediately, and he was in daycare from the time he was 10 weeks old to about 3. And while I am all for daycare, and I think there are definitely some huge, huge pros that come with it, putting him in at 10 weeks old nearly killed me. And we were not in the financial position for me to be able to stay home. So we made an agreement that by the time we had a second kid, I would stay home for a year, and at that point we would put that child into daycare. So obviously our second one got to a year, and I said, you know what, I don't know, I'm kind of liking this stay-at-home thing. However, I'm also not the type of person that can, quote-unquote, be just a mom. And those of you that are, I give you mad props, because it is the hardest job on the planet, and we are not paid for it. So when I was approached about network marketing to be able to earn an income, have an identity, have a business, do all these things around my family, I jumped at it. And what I found was that it was not exactly all it was cracked up to be. There was a lot of overworking and underpaid with my first 2 businesses. So when I was approached about Modere, I was definitely a little bit skeptical, but the more information I found out, the more excited I felt. Like I said, being with a company that really doesn't, value you based on your rank or your pay title or your customer pod title or any of these things, they value you for you, is not just refreshing, like I mentioned before, but it means so much more than just, oh, you're a car driver, or you're a such and such unicorn rank. You're Kat, and you're Joan, and you're Jen, and you're Sarah, and whatever name you may be. Modere loves you for you. And that was just incredible to me, because, not all network marketing companies are created equal. And I think, a lot of us have been around the block before, and especially during, this Black Friday season. This is my first Black Friday season with Modere, so I'm very excited about that. I am super, super impressed at how it's been handled already. I know I mentioned it to Joan. I'm just in awe that we're provided with so much marketing information. I am a creative at heart. I actually have my own branding business and graphic design business, and I absolutely love it. But it takes up a large chunk of your time. So for those of you that are not creatively inclined or, don't want to spend hours on Canva, the marketing assets from Modere are a huge, huge, huge asset. And even for those of us that do love to do it and love to create, that's one less thing we can take off our plate and say, you know what, if I don't get a chance to recreate my own thing, that's okay, because I really like what they did. It looks pretty damn good. So, yeah.
I love that. No, Kat, I love that because, it always, whenever I hear somebody talk about, okay, why did you choose Modere? What was it? And inevitably, once you get involved in Modere, once you become part of Modere, if you've had any experience at all, you realize this company provides the social marketer with every single tool to succeed.
Yep.
Then you've got John and Nadia who have, developed the whole social. Whoops. Are we there, guys?
Yep.
Sorry, I hope I'm not. Am I breaking up?
You're good. You're good.
Okay. All right. Then we've got John and Nadia that have provided us with the ATM system. So, literally, this isn't a sign you up, see you later kind of company. But if you never talked to anybody and you really looked through the materials, you have every single tool to succeed. So, Kat, I'm with you. I have also a previous network marketing, background. And when I got here and got in, I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to save me so much time. It's going to empower me and my team members to make so much more money and feel so confident putting out, amazing marketing tools, graphic, all the different things are there. So, Kat, I want to ask you a couple questions because I know you were with, two incredible companies before and you've had success. And I want to just ask you, what was it that made you say yes to Modere?
Honestly, it was the brilliant minds that I talked to. I have, partnered with people like Yana Crump, in prior businesses. Our upline is Megan Miles, the amazing Megan Miles. And then, there's John. And our immediate conversations were with Megan and John. And to be able to go, wait, they care about little old me coming from somewhere else. They want to know what questions I have. They want to, pick my brain and see why I'm interested. And where in previous companies, it would have been, oh, well, she's not this rank or not that rank. Where John and Megan were very, very transparent and actually cared about why we wanted to come over and why Modere would make a difference in our life. And I just thought that was so inspiring. For one, so John, as everyone knows, is brilliant at what he does. He's, also speaks at several other, events and business conferences and coach and all these things, right? So he had actually spoken for our team at a previous company probably 2 or 3 years ago. And I just remember thinking, oh my gosh, like his downline is so flippin' lucky to be able to have access to him and, be able to be right there on the sidelines, soaking it all in. And so I just remember, just being very grateful that, we've got the team that we do. And are very, very lucky in that regard. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I know I tell people this all the time, and I'm going to say it again here. Having been a part of, 3 other companies over the past 23 years and really loved, my other companies, of course. But one thing was said to me, Kat, and you're alluding to it, which was I was talking with Shane Greer, and for all of you everyone knows Shane Greer, the North American Vice President of Sales. Anyway, Shane on a call to me said, Joan, we want to help you and your team members monetize your network. And, in all the years that I've been in network marketing, I'd never heard a corporate person say that to me. And by the way, guys, I've also been on the corporate side. I don't think I ever said it to anybody that way. But that is who Modere is. They're really, truly interested in helping people, helping social marketers. So it's not just the customer, it's the social marketer, and it's not just the social marketer, because none of us would be here if it wasn't for the amazing customers. So I love that they get it. And you really just alluded to that, Kat.
Yeah, it makes a difference. It's very refreshing.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, well, I want to ask you this one question. You recently, you've been with Modere just a short time. You're already having success. You're fully, you're building your customer base. Megan was like, oh, my gosh, you have got to have Kat on as a guest. You're recruiting. You're attracting people to you. If there was one piece of advice that you could give those people that, like I said, are either just joining or maybe they're reigniting their business, what would that be?
Oh, one piece. Say to be coachable and follow the steps that are laid out for you. Coming from other places, it's really easy to compare and say, well, I've tried that before. It didn't work. Where you may have tried that before, but it was another brand or it was another leader telling you that. You're on the team that you trust the people you're with. So when they say, guys, this is the best way to go about this, trust them and run with it. They've had success. I love that. There's no reason to reinvent the wheel.
I love that. Kat, I want to thank you for joining the call. I know that Saturday is a busy time for you with the kiddos, and we just are so grateful that you were willing to join and share your wisdom. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome, babe.